Welcome back. Mr. Umar, so I did a little bit of calculation based on the statistics you reeled out. Over 4,000 units, that's 16,000 personnel, 4 per unit, you said. 414 streets, so you're going to deploy cars and vehicles to those, motorized vehicles to those, or motorized units to those areas. That means each unit is going to be a minimum of 4, a minimum of, let's say, 2 people per vehicle. In the 414 streets, that's double that. So we're looking at like 828 people, personnel on that side, motorized unit. Then 16 boats. Let's just say each boat has a minimum of 5. So that's 5 times 16. My mathematical skills are not that sharp yet, but I'm coming. So if we look at this amount of personnel you're redeploying, is it because of the rumors that IPOB is planning to disrupt the elections, or are you looking at other things that are of concern to you?
Yeah, I just want you to know that security is all about preventive action, or situation. When you are calculating the number of, I'm just like you, the mathematics are not there, but I know the number of personnel that we have earmarked. But however, I just want you to know that the normal process of policing, there are so many villages, so many towns, so many situations. It's not a particular place. It's about a state that has 21 local government areas. And each of the local government areas, they have so many various divisions and area centers where the exercise will take place. So we look at all those and we say, look, we cannot allow any opportunity. It's better we do massive deployment than to allow things to go. Then later we begin to say, no, we have not done that. We have been working on this. I assure you that our calculation, our work is in conformity with what is required by the electoral law. Okay. We cannot never go against that. Okay. But if on the aspect of the security and the deployment, we look at all the angles, all the areas, the possibility. What can we do to prevent, a preventive action in the event of any eventuality? That is how it is. And I assure you, we are on ground, and it will be done the way it should be, so that everybody will be free to come out and cast his vote. Mr.
Omar, there are those who would think, who will see this as a show of force, but they would have expected that what the police should be deploying will be more like awareness and the buy-in of the people, so that the people are part of the security apparatus, not just the deployment of personnel. Did you in any way interface with the citizenry? I'm not talking about the political class, because we do know that you've had meetings with the political parties. Did you interface or have meetings with the residents, the electorate, talking to them and informing them of what is expected of them, so that you didn't need to deploy this amount of force?
My brother, we have gone beyond that. Not only the electorate and then others, all stakeholders, including the, we engage what we call community policing. We make sure that the youth, different organizations, including the civil liberties organizations, the media, the town hall meetings, the aspirants, guys that are involved, the youth, tertiary institutions, and so on and so forth. We have a dialogue, we have a meeting. This is an outcome of what we all discuss in the meeting. The requirement as provided by ANIC, we need 3 security agencies at the polling units. That is ANIC requirement, and we cannot give less. It is even better to give them more, because when you give less, in the event of anything, the security will be challenged or will be blamed. So we go by the rule. We go by the law. We never go out of the context of the law, because that is what is the requirement. However, the other ones that you are talking about is the normal procedure of policing. You reach out. You can't see massive deployment. You will not see, on that day, what you will see is handful of policemen in various places where they should be. But the normal activities are out. And don't forget, on that day, There will not be movement. Shops will not be open. Movement will be restricted until a certain time. So there must be a way. And you know, most of the areas in the state are commercial centers. There are so many activities that are which are closed down, and the police ought to provide adequate security to those areas. And I want you to understand also that institutions, government, parastatal, and so many, it is our job on that day to protect them. Because if you say you are only going to the polling booth or you are doing this and that, and you are forgetting other essential utilities and individuals' property, government properties and institutions, you will tend to make mistake. And that is why we are taking it serious, my brother, to make sure that what we are providing is the best for the state. And as I told you, Anambra, for quite some time, has been cool because of the deployment of the security. And I know their confidence, and they needed us, and they are in conformity with us. And they welcome, we discuss, and we agreed upon with all other security agencies, and including the stakeholders.
My partner asked you a question which you didn't seem to react to, if it was because you had heard the rumor, which is rife, that IPOB was planning to disrupt the elections on that day.
Yes, my sister, we are not unmindful of that fact. You are very correct. I mentioned it much earlier. They are proscribed, but they are working assiduously. They are doing everything, and we are on track. We are monitoring them. And, you know, people will be thinking, look, these guys are telling us not to come out. These guys are telling us there will be problem, but there will be that, there will not be security, nothing. You have to assure members of the public there will be security. There will be enough security for them to come out and cast their votes. And I agree with you, and I agree with my friend over there. Yes, I cannot run away from the fact that we have that information, and we are mindful of that fact, and that is why we are taking this deployment further.
Okay, so if you have a word for the people of Anambra, what would you be telling them?
That's a good one. Just as in the Anambrans, they have firm belief in the security agencies in the state, that they can deliver and that they can provide security for them to exercise their franchise. And I'm appealing to them. For those who think that they can import or bring about thugs into the state, we're appealing to you, do not, because we have all what it takes, and we have information, and we're advising them just as we did in the primaries. Don't come to Anambra. Clear away. Allow the electoral process to pass without hindrance. And we assure you that even you